Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to the Valley Cast. This is a very special episode, ladies and gentlemen, where we have only two of your normally dynamic four hosts. Folks, I'm talking about myself, Elliott Morgan, as well as the incomparable Joe Beretta, who was not here with us last week. Joe, did you miss us? How are you feeling? And what are you hoping for in this next year of life? Because, folks, it is about to be Joe Beretta's 41st birthday, which means he is not only over the hill, he's even more over the hill. Joe, how you feeling about
I'm
it? Are
tumbling
you
down.
tired?
I'm tumbling down the backside of that hill right now at an increasing rate, just speeding towards death. But you know what? I can still play basketball, so I feel real good.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes, I think it starts with your show.
Dude, I got up this morning and I woke up before my wife because she's a slacker. And
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but then I thought it wasn't my place. But I'm glad you did it.
yeah, and we went to bed last night at 8:15, and she slept till 9:45. But anyway,
Hell yeah.
she's six. She can do that. She's allowed. But I got up and started ordering supplements
Ooh.
and pre-workout, and almost ordered more shoes because I was like, I have to start exercising, otherwise I'm gonna go insane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's finally happening. But you know all about this because I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure if you didn't exercise or play basketball, you'd go crazy. So
Oh yes, it's the only like me time thing that I have right now, and I need
yeah,
it desperately. It's very, very, very
yes,
important. It's like you know how they say mind, body, yada yada yada. It truly is
spirit.
all connected, 100%.
It
You know,
is.
you got to get over that hump sometimes to get yourself to the gym or just doing something active. And I find like once you do and you can get back into that routine, it helps a lot.
Yep. Do you follow like I do Mark Wahlberg?
I don't think I do, but I've definitely seen enough Mark Wahlberg and seen enough Mark
Yeah,
Wahlberg to know about his crazy Mark Wahlberg life.
it is infuriating. Yeah, I saw him. And like I hate follow him, but I love watching his videos. But they do infuriate me. But I saw one where he's in a hotel and he wakes up, at 3, and then he has in the hotel prepared buckets of ice that room service has brought, and all these big catering silver bowls that he puts into the bathtub so that he can do his cold plunge before going out to work out, all before the sun goes up. And I'm like,
It's like
man,
4 a.m.
that's yeah, it's like and then he's like, "Oh, I'm still cold in the gym. Oh, get it. God bless." Oh, then he does like the Hail Mary or the cross or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're feeling good about 41?
I feel totally fine about it. You know, when you're a kid or you're a teenager or my teenager kid and my kid, they probably look at me like it's ancient. And I think we all did. Like we were all like 40, ooh, especially because society did that over the hill thing, black balloons, all that crap. I feel surprisingly great as far as all
Good.
that goes. I feel like I can do almost anything that I could do prior so far. I may not run
That's
a
yeah.
mile as fast. I may not run 100-meter dash as fast, but I feel like I can put up with and catch and keep up with the youngins in most ways for now. For now, I'm starting to forget
That's
things.
Hey, I get it. Dude, that's all I want. I want to do enough exercising that I feel like I still haven't hit. I was thinking about the fact that I'm 36 and I don't think I've ever hit as healthy as I can be. Like I've always just kind of
Mm.
not cared, and I'm like, I bet there's still time to be healthier than I was before.
I would contend you have at least a 14-year window to be the in the most bestest shape you've ever been.
All right, well, I'll cancel
100%.
the supplements then, because if I have that much time, I'm not
I would say
doing
maybe get
anything.
it in this first 4-year window for sure.
Maybe
Uh,
maybe get it started.
the other
Yeah.
thing I would contend is that because here's another thing that I'm noticing at 40. Uh, there's a bunch of studies. I've read a bunch of things that talk about how males specifically tend to isolate themselves the older that they get.
Yes.
What purposefully, maybe on accident, perhaps. Maybe there's insecurity, maybe there's anxiety. There's a bunch of stuff that goes with that. Like making new friends is hard, and I am finding that a little bit. I feel like I have to actively make sure that I am not doing anything and making
Yeah.
sure that I'm, the phone helps, like picking up the phone, but it's so important to get off of the phone, meet people in real life, have that human interaction. And I find that I'm doing that less and less, and I don't like that. So working out also helps in that regard. If you can find like a socialization activity, like I play basketball, I think mainly because I enjoy it. One, there's the competitive aspect too, but I think subconsciously I'm like, even though I don't know these people, the fact that I walk up and they go, "Hey, Joe, you're on
Yep.
squad B," I'm like, "Thank you
That meant
so
so much to
much
me.
for letting
Thank
me
you for
play
make.
basketball with you guys."
What's the Rizzo line in the Christmas Muppet movie? Like, thank you for making me a part of this. That whole
That's
thing.
that's
He's
exactly how it
using him
feels.
to wipe the window. Thank
Yeah.
you for making me a part. Best line in movie history. Yeah, man. I'm not there yet. That I feel like I could exercise with people. But I always think like I'm always like I'm just gonna do it by myself because I also like the alone time of being in my garage doing it. But it did flip a switch where I was like, I've been putting this off, and now if I don't do it, I'm gonna definitely lose my. I have this pipe dream, dude, that I could maybe one day audition for and perhaps even get Survivor.
I don't know why I was thinking you were going to say Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, that's what that. Yeah, and next up we have Elliott, but as one of the dancers that gets paired with one of the celebrities.
And Sean Spicer's partner this season is plot twist, Elliott Morgan.
I did it.
Remember when he was on
made
the
it.
show? Disgusting.
Oh god, I'm still seething over it. Do you ever watch Survivor, Joe?
I have never watched a full season, but I could understand why people do because I have definitely indulged in MTV's The Challenge for many a seasons.
Yes.
Same thing. Same thing.
As far as I know, I think it's basically the same thing. And I look at those people and I'm like, they always have all of the archetypes of people on the cast, and there's like enough people that are nerdy that I'm like, I can make it work. But what freaks me out, and this is where you would succeed with flying colors, is a lot of it is actually athletic. Like I can get healthy and fit, but if you give me a ball and you say like knock over that pin over there, I can't. I don't know about that. So I'd have to have both get a personal trainer. I've really thought about this quite a bit. A personal trainer, and then I need a coach to teach me sports, like a little dad. Like I need like a dad to come.
You just need you got to go take 2 months of ballet before you get in, just so you have great balance and a strong core, and then you'll be good.
Perfect. That's actually really good advice.
Where you will have beat me in spades on that show is that I feel like we both have this a little bit, but I feel like I have this to detrimental, it's a bad trait of mine, is I really need and love to be liked by people, and even if I'm in competition with them, even if I think they're bad, there's still a part of me that can't get over it and is very insecure. I think you would play the mental game far better than I would.
I would play. I do think I would. I don't know. I would play it better than you, but I would thrive at that part. However, Survivor is very interesting because when you are overly likable, you are a target. Mm-hmm. So you, I think, would be a target. I don't think I have the likability curse that you had bestowed upon you.
Has anybody on Survivor ever just kind of hid? Just the whole series.
There was a guy actually that would hide a lot, but he did it to spy on people, and he would make himself under leaves and listen in on conversations. But that's very funny.
I'm like,
we just can't find him.
We can't get rid of him. Can't find him. And then you're there for the end, and then hopefully that 2 months of ballet happens to result in a final challenge where you have to do a tour chate, and then you're great.
Joe was right.
Dude, I was Luke Baratz and I back in the height of Baratz and Beretta days. We were on the cusp of getting cast in The Amazing Race. Like,
Dude.
the cusp. We were like, I think in like the last batch, and I think what happened was they came to us because we were like these weird new freak influencer YouTuber people in a new world,
Yep.
and Hollywood was kind of like dabbing and dipping their toes in it. What happened was I think they might have had an influencer the year before us. I can't remember if Tyler Oakley was, because he did Amazing Race, and I think
Tyler and Corey did it twice, I believe.
Kev Jumba, old school YouTuber, also did it with his dad. So we were kind of like around in the like those years, and we just missed it. And I do not think it helped that we were two straight white guys.
It rarely does when you can't. One is fine, but when you put them both together, it's not.
Yeah.
As we say on this podcast.
I think we were like gearing up for it mentally. We were like, "Is this gonna happen?" And then they called, and I think I truly think they might have went with girlfriends, like a couple that were lady friends.
Women. Lady
like,
friends as in lesbians or lady friends
Lesbians,
as in...
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome, dude. That's so cool.
They probably won.
Yeah, it's a pipe dream, but I'm excited the fact, to one day I do feel like I would get voted out, but I think I could make it roughly halfway in. Amazing Race, Grace and I frequently talk about how we would be arguably the worst people I think that's ever been on that show. We are, anytime we travel somewhere, like we would do horrible, and we don't care. We would just be, we'd be the couple that were arguing and then also coming in last. I also can't get into that show. Like anytime I watch it, because Grace loves it, and I'll watch it and I'll be like, I can't. It's not my deal.
Imagine that feeling of, that feeling where you're like, oh, I'm going to be late to the airport, and you're walking very fast to get, and you're like hoping that you can get through TSA, but you don't want to run because like that's kind of weird and embarrassing. And this is a movie. I'm just going to walk
Main
fast,
character.
right? Imagine feeling like that all the time. That's what it feels like to me that it would be like to be on that show.
Yep. A nightmare. Yeah.
All the time.
And then you're like, you get to do a arts and crafts project that's like, according to the culture of wherever you're at, and you don't really get to enjoy where you're at. And then at the end of it, you can be like, I traveled everywhere, but I don't know if whatever.
Yeah. Your dream is to go to Paris. Imagine just running through Paris as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Like picking up a flag and then running to London.
Yep. Awful. I would do it.
Yeah, in a second. Awful. In a heartbeat.
Oh my God, I would love to be on that show.
Even now.
What's your plan? Going back to your birthday, Joe, what's your plan for do you make birthday resolutions, or do you feel like this last year you already hit all of them?
I feel like I blinked, and this last year went so fast. So fast. The job at React is a lot, and because it's a lot, you blink and it's like, oh, it's 3 weeks later. It's 3 weeks later. I made 500 videos. And then I got 500 more. And then, so it's like, it goes so fast. So the year went pretty quick. There were what are some things that I wanted to do at 40 that I feel like I did? I feel like I got in pretty good shape because I was working out again because of that gout scare. Remember that?
Yeah, the gout scare. Yeah, at 40. Yeah.
The gout scare, which turned out to not be, but it was a good thing. I still haven't drank alcohol for going on, once it's like Christmas, that'll be a year. I would have been a whole year without a drink.
Yeah, I gave that up. I gave that ghost up.
You made it pretty far though.
Made it pretty far. Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'm not. It's still. I'm not going out and partying and drinking or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or.
I have this children's book thing that I still want to get off the ground that I didn't. I wish I would have done that this year, but maybe I'll do this next year. I feel like I'm so busy that I don't have the mental bandwidth to like. To do anything that I.
Well, yeah. It's still a creative job too. Like you have to like actually be like, I'm gonna. Like your creativity still partially has to go toward React in order to make videos that people consume.
And
is it like source fed in the sense of the turnover is so like just like next one.
It is like that in terms of like you finish a video, and once it like you're moving on to the next. So yes, the turnover is like, I'm not gonna stop thinking about this one because I'm on to the next
Yep.
7 or whatever. Oh, the other one popped up again, and if it goes up and does well, you have a small window to like celebrate it and go wee, and then you move on.
Cool.
But I did some stuff at React in the last year that I'm proud of. I helped bring in some new talent and helped coach some young producers, and I feel like created a good team with my cohort Nicole over there, which was really cool, and created some fun shows. This show's Hot Dumbs that I'm doing over there is pretty fun. It's another game show, much like Trivia Bidet.
Yeah.
And this lyric battle show that I created this year is much like the same feel as movie game in the edit.
Cool.
You know, getting people to guess and then doing that stupid thing that I do, which is give 1,000 clues until they get it.
Yep.
So yeah,
You just lead the horse right to the water.
yeah,
You know?
and then everybody gets to see it drink.
Yep, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I've been on those videos. I've been on one of the React videos, and it's a lovely.
Yes, you have.
Group of people, and so
Yeah.
I'm happy that you found. I'm happy that you found your home, your forever home.
That's where you'll find me, in my grave.
I did it.
He reacted to death. No, but it's fun. We're getting to rebrand it and stuff like that and make it our own, and it's kind of exciting in its new way. It's like helping something
Nice.
turn the page and become something new, and it's a fun endeavor. What about you though? What about you are not turning 40 yet, but you're soon. Do you have any
No, not soon.
I want to do that before I'm 40 goals?
No. Joe, I haven't had a goal since I think 2017.
What was that goal?
I don't know. I think it was just finalize the divorce. No, it was what would it have been? It would have been what would it have been? It would have been. I'm sure there's a lot of little goals, but
Well,
I
you
was
did a bunch of
talking
stand-up specials.
Yes,
Those were goals.
I like stand up. I'm getting back into the idea of doing it.
Wait a minute!
and,
Breaking news! Breaking news!
Yeah.
Put that ticker down. Breaking news! Exclusive interview with Elliott Morgan. Elliott Morgan, what did you just say on the Valleycast and nowhere else?
Well, I made a tasteless joke about my traumatic divorce in the mid-aughts. Then I mentioned I might do an open mic at some point. But thank you. More when we come back.
Well, that's a goal. That's fun. Like, what's giving you the pull back to stand up?
Do you want to see my cool? Do you want to see what I am excited about? Which is a little bit of a milestone.
Yes. That's his butt. That's his butt. All right.
Oh, sorry.
Don't bow.
We're back, everybody.
I'm very proud of your ability to be okay with the crack on screen. It's a good joke.
Yeah.
Not many people would go for it. I love it.
Not many people do go for it. I don't think anybody finds it that funny. I enjoy
Which
doing
makes it funnier. At the end of the day.
This is my first published article, Joe.
It's published. Holy shit.
Published. Yeah, so it's very exciting. I can show you my name.
Yeah, dude, do it.
Um,
So where does this book live in, like, when you are published? What does that mean? Why is it?
Doesn't really mean anything. It's like good for the resume. It's like helpful for jobs in academia, I guess, and it's also helpful, I think, for actual book publishing deals. But for folks who don't know, it's basically an academic journal that's a quarterly journal, and so you submit articles or you submit things, and then it goes through a peer review process and then an editing process, and then your name shows up on a thing, and you go, yeah, you don't get paid. It's an active sort of like, here's what people in the field are doing, and then this field is depth psychology, which
so does that is, like, you sign up for that quarterly publication?
Yeah.
Like, why and how do you get it?
They sent me a copy because they send a copy if you're in it, and then I signed up for it just because I also getting another one published in the next issue, which is pretty exciting. That's the one on aliens, and I'm very excited about it. But this one I literally just signed up a subscription for. So it's a subscription based thing, and it's available in like research databases now, which is very funny. So you could Google my name in like academic databases, and you'll find this
When did that
ridiculous
come out?
shit.
When did that come out?
November 2nd, I believe.
So it just dropped.
Yeah, it just dropped, and the next one will be I think around January or December. But it doesn't. It's like this is it's fun. Like it's fun. It's a fun process, and it also is. There's nothing really to it, but it's neat. It's like a feather in the cap.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like you know, you're downplaying it because that's what you do. Like on an actual honesty scale from 1 to 10, how cool is it to you? How happy are you really that you got published and you're in that book?
Pretty happy. I think I'm happy mostly too about it being. I just think it's very. One of them I submitted. Okay, I was so high, and it was. I did a paper on UFOs, and I got great feedback on it, and the professor was like, you should publish this. And unbeknownst to him, I wrote it specifically hoping he would say that. And so I took it.
Got him. No notes. You got him.
Yep. I was like, thank you. That's all I need. I was like, they'll probably say no, this is about UFOs. And I sent it, and they were like, the first one I sent in, they were like, everyone unanimously agrees. This is so good. We've been looking for a way to talk about the sort of incel far right thing. And then they were like, if you have anything else, please send it in. And I was like, well, ask and you shall receive. Here's a UFO paper. And then they got back and they were like, so we voted and it did. There's enough people that we are gonna. You
just made it in, and due to like policy and rules that were established 70 years ago, we have to publish this.
We guess we have, yeah. And so this is fine. And thanks, and it'll be in the next one. We're like, all right, cool, thank you. That part's exciting.
So a 10 out of 10. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, it'll be cool, and yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It's fun to write. Writing academic stuff is fun. So I like doing that. It's like a little other private world. It's like if you can imagine a basketball game where people don't really know you, but they can still say, hey, Joe. It's the same kind of feeling where it's like the academic stuff is like a little spa I can go to, except people are very serious sometimes about it.
The big difference being that like you are, expanding human knowledge and helping people think deeper and critically, and I put ball in hoop.
The art of who's to say? Is such a and thank you for saying that. I mean, it is true. I remind Grace all the time. She'll get pissy at me, and I'm like, I'm actually a published scholar. So if you could, a little
She's
bit,
like,
then
will you please, when you're done with the dishes, Elliott, put them in the dishwasher? And you're like, published.
I'm like, you see my butt crack? You see my butt crack? It's a published butt crack.
You always wear a backpack now, and it's only because you have 7 copies of that book in it.
It is, yeah. Now that I have 2, I'm like, well, is this excessive? But
is that what you handed out on Halloween?
Here you go, children. Did you guys have actual I haven't talked to you since Halloween. Did you have the whole what did you do the
Halloween experience, the thing? Yeah, we did. We Hayden has officially graduated to hanging out with friends on Halloween night, maybe watching some movies and stuff like that. And that's cool. Even though many in her high school are still going out and trick-or-treating, much like this guy did through his sophomore year.
Why not?
But Jackson's still very much at the age where we went and walked around and did some trick-or-treating, and it was nice. It was really fun.
Cool. What did he go as?
This year he went as a Fortnite character. So he's done Fortnite, he's done Transformers twice, he's done Fortnite twice, he's done Paw Patrol, which is my personal favorite. He was Rubble. He had a little construction outfit on. It was adorable. So
very cute.
It was good.
And then Paw Patrol?
I think there's still a little bit of love there. But we're probably about to turn the page on that pretty soon as well. He won his playoff game today. That was cool.
No way. Did he get any did he do any of the
He had it like so in soccer, it's such a low scoring affair that you have to remember, and it's a lesson that you got to try to teach these kids when they're young. It's like you affect the game a billion other ways without scoring. And he definitely did. He was running around and had some good runs, had some good passes, had some good defensive moments. And then we went into penalty kicks. which you don't do during the regular season. You end games in a tie and you're done. But this is the playoffs, so they got to have somebody go off. So we had to do a penalty kick scenario, and you don't practice them during the year because you don't really do them. So then the team had to do these for the first time, and the coach was like, Jackson. And he got picked to go do one, which was really cool. The two people before him made theirs. So there was like not a lot of pressure on him, but he took his first penalty kick and the goalie like laid out, dove perfectly and fingertipped the ball. So it was a really cool moment though. He had a great kick, goalie got it, but we still won going on to the next round.
Good for the goalie. I mean, that's after, because does that mean the goalie had lost 2 before? I don't know how sports work, but yeah. Oh, speaking of the devil.
Do you want to talk about your soccer game? No. He does not want to talk about it. Jackson's here. He is exclusive. He does not want to say anything. No quotes.
Nope.
No quotes. So
show me your academic paper that got published.
Oh, dude, his academic papers are on the fridge.
That's
what you should do. You should get an extra copy. Yeah. Or you should print out the cover page of your article and put it on your fridge.
See this, Grace?
Just point at it. Point at it. And then she's like, here are my books, Elliott. Here are my movies, Elliott.
Yeah, here's the New York Times bestsellers. This is the second one. Sorry, I didn't. All right, cool. Well, yeah.
You're like,
I have letters behind my name. I do too. Okay, well, okay, fine.
And you're like, guess who brought the funny?
We're just, yeah, you remember that? Yeah, and everything went great after that. So why don't you sit back down?
Still bringing it.
Still bringing it, turns out. That's classic. So, Joe, let me ask you something, because I've noticed you have a little bit of facial hair going on. Do you ever wish you had a way, folks, welcome to the ad portion of the show, do you ever wish you had a razor or something that was so smooth and so easy to hold, so ergodynamic that you didn't have to worry about even replacing it as quickly as a lot of the other razors? You ever think about that, Joe?
Can I answer that?
Please do, yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Well, guess what? There's a subscription for everything these days, and there is also one for actually stuff that you need. From Artisan Jerky, there's all those streaming subscriptions. There's all those little things you sign up for that you don't know about, so you go to your profile in the apps thing, and you realize how much you're actually paying for, and it really upsets you. It feels like everything's actually lost its value because you're just spending so much money. However, there's still a way to save time and money. Subscriptions only really make sense for stuff you use all the time on the same cadence, like razor blades. With Harry's, you get high quality, German engineered blades right to your door. Every order saves you money compared to that big brand most guys are used to buying. Get them as low as $2 per blade. Where, Elliott? Oh, I'll tell you, harrys.com/valleycast. Here's the thing. I use Harry's blades all the time, and I will be very honest with you, I very rarely replace them. That's because I usually try to make sure the neck isn't too much of the neck beard, and I try to make sure that the loose beard the pretend beard that I have looks more like a real one than it actually is, and that takes a lot of lying, and I'm able to do just the right amount of sculpting with the Harry's blade that it actually appears. If you look at me from far enough away, it looks like I'm a big, full-grown boy. So I received their set with the silver handle, and then it's got all the balm with it, and the lotion, and the nice carrying case, and the extra blades that come in a little plastic thing that are fun to open. And it's really nice because I don't have to worry about it, and I can just pop it open and get it done. The trial set, if you guys are interested, the one that I'm talking about, it's a $13 value for just $3. At where? I'll tell you. Yeah, it's at harrys.com/valleycast, okay? Because the thing is, a smooth shave shouldn't be rough on your wallet. It includes a 5-blade German-engineered razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover. I believe I just said most of that. Scheduled delivery for refills as low as $2. You heard that. That is half of what you pay for some other blades. It's also nice to get stuff shipped to you, because buying it in the store for some reason, it doesn't feel as good. I like it's like underwear. Well, more on that at a different time. Harry's also makes skincare products to enhance your shave and keep your skin looking and feeling great. With creams, washes, lotions that'll keep your skin healthy and hydrated. Their blades made in their own factory in Germany that stay sharp. Guys who've tried it say their 8th shave is as sharp as their first, and I'm one of those guys. Anyway, Harry's has the highest customer satisfaction in the shaving industry, and they're still offering a no-risk trial. That's right. So if you don't like your shave, no worries. It's on them, guys. You can cancel your subscription at any time. So help us out, help your face out. Get a subscription that saves you time and money with Harry's. Get started with a $13 trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/valleycast. That's harrys.com/valleycast for, that's right, a $3 trial set. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. And back to you in the studio.
Elliott, great ad read.
You
secondly,
too.
Secondly, Elliott, be nicer to your beard. It's a fabulous beard. It's a good beard.
Thank you, man. I actually am always on the cusp of feeling like I know now how to shave it, but this isn't a good example. Let me watch this. Can I show you? What do you think about this? Does this look better if I go like that?
Oh, you mean you just changed the color on your setting? Yeah, okay, that's
nice?
That's too much.
Too warm? Too warm, would
It's a
you
little
say?
Too warm, some would say. A little too warm.
Is that good?
There you go. I love it. Little black and white, little artistic, little pop.
Thank you.
I love it.
Too saturated. We'll go like that. Joe, can you help me with fantasy, or is there something? I don't want to interrupt if you had something.
No, I don't have nothing else to say. So this is the inaugural Elliott Morgan fantasy football season, correct? Or have you played before?
If I could remember what inaugural, I think I've played before. Yeah, I played before.
Okay, so this is your.
But
okay, so it's not.
Yeah. So the short answer would be no. Yeah. But I have I think I have a really good team.
Okay.
I'm number 2 in the standings in the league currently. And
at this time in the race, that's very good. There's what do we have left? Probably 5 to 6 weeks until your playoffs. You're sitting pretty. You're probably in the playoffs.
Speaking of sitting pretty, I'm sitting Purdy because I got Purdy as a QB. McCaffrey,
that's nice.
McCaffrey, because I like that, and then I got Mixon. Problem is, dude, it looks like Diggs might be. He's not questionable anymore, and then Ayuk. And then Schultz for tight end.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Ayuk.
Yeah. You're McCaffrey. You're riding McCaffrey for sure.
And dude, Mixon killed, and Diggs has been killing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you got a good team. You got a good team, my friend.
Evans. I got Evans at Tampa Bay on wide receiver.
They also.
Flex. Let me ask you something, Joe. What are you supposed to do with the flex position? What is it?
You just put the player there that has the best chance of scoring the most points. It's nothing. It's just an extra little slot, you know?
Great.
Just this extra little slot you can fill in. Some people, like are crazy people and they somehow landed like 2 great tight ends. They'll play a tight end there,
That's wild.
I know. But because there's not a lot of great tight ends. Have you found so now you kind of care this year, I can tell, which is very interesting. I found years ago I had to stop caring. Probably 2 or 3 years ago I stopped having to care because it was ruining my Sundays, like straight up. Like I would start watching football, red zone specifically, so not really watching football, just watching highlights throughout the whole day and watching these scores jump up and down. And a bad fantasy day would legitimately ruin my Sunday. Like I'd be in a bad mood. I would be short with the family. And it's like, this is too much. I got to stop caring. Where are you with like waking up Sunday, being excited for a little fantasy football, and then if it doesn't go well, which hasn't happened to you much this season, but on the times that it didn't go well, how are you doing mentally?
Thanks for asking, Joe. It's been a trial. It's been a journey. It's been a tribulation, but I tend to forget immediately when it's done, whether I've won or lost. But for those moments, I am enraged during the games. Like I am very like, what? And you would think if you heard me that I knew anything about football or had any kind of like real knowledge about it, because I turn into like, well, come on, and then it's some beast, some demon comes out of me. But
that you're feeding, like this demon exists inside of you, and sometimes you feed it.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're feeding that demon.
I'm feeding it. Yeah. And it's like being in road rage. And there's also this week in particular is a dude who I know takes it seriously. And we have a lot of people in the league who don't take this seriously at all. Okay.
He hates it. He hates it.
Yeah. And I'm projected to win, but he's the only guy in the league who will do trades. No one has ever done a trade and no one will take any of his trades. But he wanted like Diggs in exchange for like two other players, and I got online to find like a calculator to see if it was a fair trade, and they were like, it's a fair trade, it's a really good trade, and I was like, still not gonna do it. And
I know.
I was like, I want Diggs, I like Diggs, I'm
So
not
you
gonna
do
go.
what I do, which is you get like you shouldn't because it's fake. This is all fake, but you get
It's all
like
fake.
emotionally attached to your choices. For me, it's like
Yeah.
that could be a good trade, but in the draft, I said this guy would be good for me, and I'm gonna
Yep.
stick with him till the end.
Yep. Or I saw one time he got a lot of points, and therefore that means he'll definitely do it again. Because
Every single time.
benched, I have Cook, Cook
Okay.
and Pittman
Okay. Yeah, good.
and Ridley and Stevenson, so it's okay to leave them benched.
Yeah,
right?
You're okay. You're okay for now.
All right.
Yeah. I
A
think
lot
you're
going
gonna
on
have
in
a
the
good
UFO world.
dude. Well, real quick. So you know that beast that you're feeding, right? You are
The demon.
very casually feeding the beast every once in a while, but people are fucking madmen about this world. Like, there's layers of this. Imagine feeding the beast in this way. First, let's say you're a diehard football fan, like diehard to the point where it's like you're a Patriots fan or a Green Bay Packers fan,
Right.
and like you live and die your team, right? That's one level of feeding the beast. Your Sunday could be ruined by the effort put on the field and the results and the outcome of those games.
Yep.
People like that. Now, put the layer on top that is fantasy football, which you care
Yep.
too much about. Maybe you're in 4 leagues that you paid money into. So
Yeah.
first you're competitive. Then you're in 4 leagues. One's your work league, one's your friends leagues, one's your family league, and then you have an extra league from your buddy down the way that you you pass every once in a while walking and they needed to fill in.
Yeah.
That's layer 2. Layer 3 is you put money into those leagues. So not only are you worrying about winning or losing on like a casual level, you're worried about winning or losing money. So you're feeding the beast in 3 ways. Now, on top of that, these are the super insane people. People that put down their hard-earned money on a weekly basis on like Vegas bets for the games, not just the outcomes of the games, like yards that a quarterback will throw, over-unders and stuff like that, and they'll put on 4 to 5 bets a week. There's like so much pressure on Sundays for some maniacs out there. It's unbelievable.
It is, and I can see how it could happen. Like, I get the idea of, like, this is like a gateway drug, and I can get into it, and I like the, it makes me interested in games, but there's a fine line between being interested in games and having my psychology rest upon the outcomes in some way.
Yeah.
Or, like, the Vegas thing, like, I love going, when I'm in Vegas, doing a little sports betting. But that's why I can't live in Vegas, because if I got into sports bet and like DraftKings, the people who do that kind of stuff, where they're doing like DraftKings just does a promotion. I don't know if they're still doing it, where they would give you $200.
No,
did you see that?
That's
insane to me. That they'll get for $5, you get $200.
It's so insane that it makes you realize how much the world is stacked against you. That the company that wants you to gamble is like, I'll give you $200 free dollars.
Yeah, because you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
It's not. You're not gonna win, and if you do, it's just gonna make you bet more because the house always wins.
Yeah, dude. I could see how I could get addicted to it too, and I've
Yeah.
had to stay away, and I will stay away.
Did you hear? Speaking of Vegas, did you hear that the Sphere has lost like $100 million in its first quarter?
Did it lose the money because people aren't showing up, or because it cost that much to make and they didn't hit the projections? I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know how it would make money because it's a venue.
Yeah,
but I want to go see that Sphere so bad.
It is so like future dystopian. Like it's whenever I see pictures of it and how clear like the projections are on the inside and the outside, it's fucking wild. It doesn't seem like a Vegas attraction. It seems like it should be at like Disney.
Definitely, it seems like Disney, yeah. But especially with what they're putting on it. But I do think it fits in Vegas just in terms of how gaudy and insane it is. That you could like have like we were Googling like places to go next year when we're traveling and places in Vegas and trying to find like hotels that are specifically in view of the Sphere. And then we found that there was only certain hotels that would specify if you could see the Sphere, and they were the very hotels that are owned by or part of the same company as the Sphere. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. They're just trying to get anyway. That's
It's
neither here nor there.
here's what I can't wait for with the Sphere. I can't wait for it to be hacked, and I can't wait for some like very
Yeah.
unhappy employee who just got fired but still has access to the projections. Those are the two moments that I can't
Yeah.
wait for.
Yep. Oh, they did it. They did it.
uh,
Folks, they did it.
yeah.
They get the breaking news thing. It reminds me of the hack that they just had, the massive MGM hack that no one is really talking about right now, and for good reason, because there's more important things going on. But do you remember hearing about that? That people couldn't get into their rooms, and they
No.
couldn't. Yeah, like the largest cyber attack in forever hit MGM, and they were getting people's credit cards. They lost
Oh,
a gargantuan amount of money. People couldn't play the slot machines. They couldn't use any all the casinos shut down, which is a
damn.
lot of
Hmm.
MGM. So yeah, real fun.
Dude, that city is going to be quite the relic once it's dried up desert and the apocalypse has happened, and it's going to be very wild. Just all of that stuff
Yeah.
still there. Like,
I think there's a lot of things that if the aliens come and they look around and they're like, "This is really incredible what they did," I think they'll get to Vegas and be like, "Oh, I see. These are maniacs."
they'll all get addicted to Sunday gambling.
Yep. Uh, I hope it's not too much of a problem that I put my butt on the.
No, no, no. It's good. It's a good butt. It's a
It
good
was
butt.
too much of a butt. Was it too
Mm-mm.
much space? Okay.
No, no, there was an appropriate amount of space between your cheeks. I think it was a good butt.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's all I needed. Uh, what else do you want to talk about, Joe?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Got the birthday stuff. I did the Halloween stuff. We're both dealing with our own like crazy journeys with health stuff. That we
Cancer
tend
wives.
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite reality show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should. If we're not producers on that, that would be pretty upsetting.
Yeah.
Uh, I
It
was
is
thinking
crazy.
about. It is. The odds are pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're
Like,
talking about? Yeah.
yeah. Well, we've never
I
really talked about that. Like the fact that we have talked about like we're going through similar journeys of helping somebody try to get through really tragic moments and being on the caregiver side and yada yada yada. But yeah, the odds of both of us yeah, it's crazy.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, statistically. What up, dude?
Say what up?
Hey, needs a charger.
My charger?
And
Get the man a charger.
What?
A computer or a Switch charger.
I don't here, you can take this one for now. There you go.
Yeah.
Go, get out of here.
I was thinking about. I was walking Goose earlier, and I was thinking about what the like. Who was it? Who is between me and you is the common enemy that decided that had the voodoo doll that was like specifically these two guys, their wives are gonna have this terrible illness, and I thought about it, and I think it's God.
Yeah. Because we stole them from
From God, from them.
right from. We were like, this is mine now.
So
I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
that's my
Well,
take on
look.
it. I was like, oh, I think it is the Lord that did it, and I think it's or it's contagious, and we've hung out so much that it rubbed off.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't get it ourselves. We just project it onto others. It's like it rebounds off of us. So yeah, it's
Really
crazy.
beautiful.
It's hard. Shout out to everybody that is dealing with this, either personally or vicariously through a loved one. It is a lot. You don't really, you say that you understand it or you're sending love and yada yada yada, and that's all good, but you never really understand until you're actually going through it, and it becomes very real, and you realize the struggles of others, and a lot of others have it far worse, others have it easier, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make it easier. It's a very hard journey for everybody involved. So shout out to
Yep.
you and Grace.
Not thanks. Shout out to y'all. It's not a club you want to be a part of for sure.
Mm-mm.
And it doesn't even give. There's not a lot of perks with it. You don't even get like passes or anything.
Well,
You
you
get a
can't,
little-
on a bad day, you can get to the like front of the line Disney passes if like you're doing,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, yeah.
Have you gotten into any of the Disney vloggers yet? Because that's one of our coping mechanisms throughout this, and I know I've mentioned it before, but it's led us down a rabbit hole of Disney adults. Uh,
They're your comfort blanket.
for some reason, yeah, dude. There's this one. I don't know if I've told you about this. There's this one channel, this one couple, and they like no one watches. Well, not no one. Like they have a small audience, but like I don't know what you would consider.
Right. In today's version of whatever success is on
They
YouTube.
the hits that we get on this podcast are akin to their kind of,
Okay.
which is not, it's like not
Yeah.
bad but not great. And sometimes it's a lot worse, and we'll watch them all the time, and they're straight up Disney adults, and they love it. And it's like they're older, they have kids, and they love Disney, and they live in Orlando, and they do Disney, and it's all the time, and it is. It's the most fascinating
It's
thing
a
I've
lifestyle.
ever witnessed.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
a
so
lifestyle.
pure. There's nothing wrong with it, and you can't get mad at it. It's not. It's I'm sure healthier than fantasy football, and yet there's a common theme among the Disney folks, that the Disney adults, that is kind of like hard to pin down, but there's a quality that I can't figure out yet, but they all have it, and it's beautiful.
Ooh, I think we know what your third paper is going to be about.
That is such a good idea. Disney adults.
Yeah, dude. I'm for real.
Hey,
There-
Disney adults, what the fuck?
It all just goes back to like the reason you like watching them is vicarious joy. Like at the end of the day, they have a passion. I always like the note that I've always made to talent. I've always made to anybody that like has made videos at any of the organizations I've worked for at the last 20 years is like, I'll watch somebody play with rocks if they love rocks, right?
Exactly. It's wonderful. It's
Mhm.
comforting on a level that is truly not as judgmental as I'm making it sound.
Yeah,
Like it's actually very comforting.
If they have like the another Venn diagram circle of like, oh, I'm learning something a little bit by watching this person be passionate, and then there's another circle of like, and they're
Yeah.
kind of entertaining, and then that parasocial circle gets in there that's nasty, but it still does. You're like, I care about these people.
Yep. I care about him. I will now watch all of this. We found this one dude. I've never seen anything like it. He'll walk through Islands of Adventure, and he just talks about the construction, and he talks about the walls that are being put up, and he keeps track of the barricades and what colors they are and how themed they are to the environment. And so he's always looking at these things. And I was like, oh, this is like, he's an older gentleman. This is an attention to detail that I can't fathom. Like I could never. I don't walk into like any theme park and go like, oh, look at this little thing. I get overwhelmed and I walk around. And these people will be like, did you see this? Did you see that the stitching on this sweater is this? And it's a hint. It's a reference to this part of this movie. And I'm like, whoa.
That's crazy. And you're like, I love it. Also, I'm starting Purdy this week.
Are you? Oh yeah. Yeah. Are you did you have you heard about The Curse? Are you gonna watch that on Showtime?
What's the curse? What is
The
that?
Curse is starring Emma Stone. It's on Showtime and Paramount Plus. It's Emma Stone, and her husband is Nathan Fielder. And
Whoa.
yeah, it's produced by A24, and it is the other person is Benny Safdie or something like that.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
real
yeah.
up and coming guy everyone likes. He was an Oppenheimer, but it is a fictional HGTV show, or about a family making an HGTV show, and it's Emma Stone, Nathan Fielder, and they go into, and then a girl, I guess, curses them, and then the show unfolds in a very dark way, I guess, but I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but I thought maybe you'd I feel like it might be up your alley in terms of just like,
I'm most fascinated
looks-
by the Emma Stone casting. I love when somebody hits like, you know, like those otherworldly levels of fame. She's an Oscar winner. She's in like all the big movies. She might even win an Oscar this year for this new movie coming out with Willem Dafoe. I forget what it's called. But she plays this
oh yeah,
this crazy like Frankenstein like built human who's learning about life. It
Yep.
looks very funny. Mark Ruffalo's in it. Anywho,
so it's Raimi Youssef. I think
But-
Raimi Youssef.
but, like,
Raimi Youssef.
she's doing this cool like Showtime, like kind of experimental to A24 probably helps, but like you would never have thought that Nathan Fielder would be acting alongside Emma Stone. That's really cool.
No, yeah, it is really cool. I'm excited to see it. It came out last night, and we were gonna watch it, but we got a little tuckered up.
Yeah, we're getting
But
through
yeah,
the new season of Taskmaster, which is my comfort blanket, and
me
it's
too, dude. Dude, we gotta talk about those. We gotta talk about this guy. What's his name?
the Australian guy, Sam.
Yeah, Sam Champion or whatever his name is.
Sam's great. He's so good.
Dude, that man cracks me up.
Yes, he does. He's so
His-
effortlessly just like himself, and it's brilliant at times. And he has this like this shit-eating grin that is 100% genuinely not trying to eat shit, I think.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Isn't that crazy? I know. Isn't that crazy? I can't do an Australian accent, but he always plays into the bit of like, you're not gonna believe you're not gonna believe what I brought for you. And then he has this horrible product, tries to sell it so genuinely.
But speaking of genuine, and Heather and I can't believe it, the blonde girl might be the most insanely like flighty person that's not an act that I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's been a few times where Grace and I are like, is she choking right now? Like, is she not
No,
understanding?
I think she just truly is that person, so much so that that's what made her famous, and she doesn't realize why she's famous. I don't even know what she does. She can't be a comedian. Is she a comedian?
I have no idea. I've only looked up the one guy.
Man, but go ahead.
Yeah, Grace's favorite is the older homosexual.
It's so funny.
So mean. He's so over everything, and he's not that into any of it. It is classic.
Just those little barbs at Alex every single time. Like he'll do a task and he'll go, "Are you proud of yourself?"
You enjoy this, don't you? You like this? Okay.
Yeah, dude. It's the same. This cast, just like every other cast prior, Heather and I do the same thing. All 5 of them. We're like, I don't think I like this season. Like 2 episodes in.
Yep.
And then you're 3 episodes in, and everybody wins you over, and you love all of them.
Yep. Every single one of them. And and now it's like Grace and I have a lot of opinions on like what kind of tasks we like. We don't like the ones that are we don't like team tasks. We don't like the group tasks. We want individual ones where they have to solve something. And not a big fan of the other ones, but
any tasks that has them like just having to do something simple, like get the ball in the hole that's over there, but you can't do this, and then seeing how like the human brain works in 5 different ways.
Wonderful.
Fascinating.
You would be able to make a billion of those tasks. Like that is I think.
I did one at React for a pilot. It was really fun.
Yeah, I think that's your like area of expertise, because I think the one that I'm thinking of is, it's like they had to put a plate. They had to remove all of the liquid out of something, but then they ended up being like a plate. It was like a science thing.
experiment.
Like and you could tell that Alex had like looked it up and then turned it into a task. But yeah, you use the candle or whatever, and then the way people do it is it's great. It is kind of a perfect show. Like it's Survivor for our type of people.
There's nothing. I can't think of anything else like it. And I've gushed over this show before, but the fact that you are watching 6-7 people on stage watch the show with a live audience for the first time, and then have to do a task at the end of it live in front of that audience. It's this brilliant, just like super connection. The production, the having to make the show must be hell, right? Like at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about this because you can tell so much of their haircuts are different, their clothes are different. So there's clearly months and months that go by, and they rarely meet each other beforehand. So like in the tasks, I think that's part of the reason I like the group tasks, is because you're seeing people who are like like it's similar to this world where there's people who know each other as acquaintances, and then you're like, it's not quite, they don't have the chemistry there yet, but then it's like they have gray hair the next time you see them, and then they watch it, and then you watch them watch it, and then you listen to, was it Greg make his little notes. It's perfect. It's a perfect show.
Greg and Alex have this wonderful freaking relationship that is so funny, and it's forced, but the fact that it's forced is funny, and
It's so forced. It's so they know what they're doing. And the last one I saw was them making fun of telling Alex that he's got Botox and just like and then Sam or whatever was like, "Oh man, it's like baby's bottom or whatever." Like it's so they just keep railing. It's the best comedy, I think.
Yep.
So.
The best moment that there's two best moments from that show. Have you watched every season now? Like, have you guys watched?
I don't know
everything?
every season, but most seasons for sure at this point.
My two favorite moments are when he chastised James A. Caster for yelling at him during the live show. I don't know if you remember that. He was like, Greg was like messing with a puzzle box, and James just goes, "Oh, fucking do it!" Greg gets up, he pulls him to the back, and he gives him like a little talking to, which is really funny. And then the one where I forget the guy's name, he was an older middle-aged gentleman with a mustache, but his task was to fart. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, I don't even want to spoil
I don't
it
remember
for you.
any of them.
Okay, you got to watch that one. His task is to fart. That's it.
Just fart. That's perfect. Because our favorite, the one we're obsessed with, is Bob Mortimer. Are you familiar? Do you remember Bob Mortimer?
Oh yeah, Bob Mortimer.
Yeah, and we've looked up like compilations of him on Would I Lie to You, which is also a great show, and his stories that he puts together on Would I Lie to You are some of the funniest, like just improv monologues I've ever heard in my life.
The British panel shows, they just have them down. They're so good. They're so funny. And I don't know why we don't have them here. We just don't. Is it not? We don't appreciate them. They're too dry. I don't know. I don't get it.
The closest would be like Whose Line Is It Anyway, I guess. But even like I saw that new show on Fox that's like hosted by David Spade, and it Fool's Gold or something like that.
How was it?
Like I didn't actually watch it, but I saw a preview of it and I was interested, but it turns out it's just celebrities that are doing it, and I was like, I don't like watching. I want to see people I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Point being.
Well, that's fun. We did it.
That was fun.
2-person episode, doobity bop.
I mean, we covered a fair amount, right? That was good.
Yeah, that's good.
I
feel like
covered
roller coaster of emotions. We did some pop culture. We did some personal stuff. We did, it's good.
We don't need those other guys.
No. Shoot.
Thanks.
Well,
and I agree with all the comments that are echoing that. Thanks, guys. For
yeah, we'll leave them in the box. We were gonna unlock the box after this, but now we're just gonna leave them in the box.
Yep. Good. That's where they belong, together.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we appreciate you so much. We will see you next time, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.